By no means is this something special or specific to just myself. You can do the exact same thing. On my YouTube channel, I have a goal of being incredibly transparent. I don't want to lead people astray and make it seem easier or more difficult than it really is. I really just want to give you the real facts. So I'm never going to tell you to start a Shopify store and then a week from now, you're going to be making $30,000 in sales. I mean, no, that's just stupid. Like, I want to give you the cold hard facts, and this is how I built this website, and it really was not that difficult. This is absolutely something that you could do for yourself to generate some extra side income, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Bryce with Sane Sense, where we talk about everything from personal finance to real estate investing. Today, we're going to talk about how you can build a side hustle from a website to help you generate some passive income. Whenever I begin any kind of new side hustle, I have one rule in mind, and that rule is that it has to be passive at some point in the future. I mean, I realize that there's a lot of work that will have to go into it right now, but that's totally fine. But I'm not going to start for example, a house cleaning business or anything like that, because it's not passive. I'm going to have to trade my time for hours, and at no point can that business become passive unless I build it big enough to have employees underneath me. But I don't have interest in that. So like I said, the businesses that I do and try to create on the side, it has to be passive, and this is absolutely something that is passive. So before I get right into it, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory about why I created this website and kind of what the purpose and intent of it was. For those of you who don't know, I went to college at a private university in a really small college town in Idaho. And when I say small, I mean small. The town has a total population of, I think, 25,000, and 15,000 of that is the student population. So when the students go home at the end of the semester, the city legitimately loses more than half of its population. The town itself is maybe 7 miles in diameter, so I mean, it's pretty small. Now, because of the small size of the town and the school itself, there wasn't a lot to do. I mean, there wasn't like a big nightlife. There wasn't really a music scene. So basically, if you wanted to go out and have fun, you had to create it yourself. If you weren't a local to the city, you were coming from a bigger city, I mean, this was definitely a culture shock. It was kind of a unique place to go to school. It was really interesting to me because everywhere I went, when I was on campus, when I was off, I would hear people walk past me and they would say, "Man, I hate living here. It sucks. It's small. There's nothing to do. I hate it here." But I found that so interesting because I was having the time of my life. Like, I was out with friends, we were doing this, we were doing that, and I was having a blast. So I just didn't understand why all these people were saying there's nothing to do. Right in that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm going to build a website, and I'm just going to list all of the things that I found that are really fun to do around town, throw it on a website, and then hopefully that can help other people just kind of generate ideas and find out some fun things to do in the town. And so that's exactly what I did. Every time my friends and I would go out and do something, I would take out my phone and I'd jot down like a couple notes. I would take my camera and just snap a few pictures of the different things that we were doing. And then when I got home, I would just do a quick write-up on the website and say, this is something that we did. It was really fun. This is how you get there. These are the directions. Here are some pictures. It was kind of cold. I wish I'd brought a jacket, or the shoes that I brought weren't, the best. Maybe you should bring some hiking shoes. I kind of just did a brief description of what we did and what I wish I had known before going, so that when other people did that, they would know what I thought I had known before. Now, I just kept this up. I would do this over and over as we'd go out and do more things. I would just create a new write-up and just then create another write-up and create another write-up. And over time, there became a decent amount of articles on my website of all these things to do in this really tiny college town. Now, when I began this website, I legitimately had no plan to monetize it whatsoever. I had no plans of making money from it. I really just wanted to build this website to help other people. One day I was going through my Google Analytics and I clicked on this website and I kind of forgot about checking my analytics, honestly. Like, I built the website and I didn't bother checking to see the traffic of the website. So I looked at my analytics and I was blown away at the amount of traffic that was coming to my website. In that moment, after seeing all that traffic, I said to myself, well, shoot, I'm gonna throw some ads on here and I'm going to see if I can make some money on it. And so that's exactly what I did. I signed up for AdSense, Google AdSense. I threw some ads on the website, and within a couple of days I was making money. So the website that I built is called Rexburg Fun. That's the college town that I went to. It's called Rexburg. You feel free to check it out. But you know, you can just go through here, and for example, the college town that I went to is really close to Yellowstone. So I did a write-up of how to do Yellowstone and see the majority of the sites in just one day. So as you scroll through here, you can see, you know, some pictures of me and some friends. I just go through and say, hey, we went and we saw this spring, we saw Old Faithful, we saw the Yellowstone Grand Canyon, Tower Falls, the hot springs, and you know, I just snapped a couple pictures, showed some of the animals, you know, and then I just wrote up and said, we did this, I really wish I had done this. And that's all I did, is I just wrote about our experience, and then I threw it online. There are also some really cool caves around the area that you can hike up to. So again, I did a write-up. The trailhead is kind of hard to get to, and so I put some GPS coordinates so that people could see. And then, you know, I just snapped some pictures and just kind of showed my experience as we went through this whole thing.
At Cisco, we believe in what you do, not where you work, and we have the security to make that possible. With Duo's Zero Trust approach, you can verify user identity.
Showed some inside pictures of the cave, and yeah, so it's really cool. So over time, people began to see this website, and they're thinking, cool, you know, I'll go and do that. That's a good idea. Nearly 6 years later, since I started this website, it's still generating income for me, and I don't touch it at all. I literally haven't added a new entry since June of 2017, and I still make anywhere between $100 and $150 a month, every month, from Google. Each and every month, Google just automatically does a direct deposit into my checking account, and that's all there is to it. Like I said, I have not touched this website. If you don't believe me, let me show you the deposits into my bank account. So if I search here for Google and hit enter, okay, so here's one for $121, here's another one for $107, $162, $146, $110, $106, $163. So Google just deposits these into my bank account, and like I said, I have not touched this website in a couple years, and yet the checks still keep rolling in. Now, of course, $150, like, that's not that much money. It's really not going to be life-changing. But for the amount of work that I put into this website, like, I really just haven't had to do that much. So like I said before, what I did is absolutely something that you could replicate. What I did was no secret. Anybody could create a website, throw some content on there, and if it's valuable enough and people want to read it, then you can absolutely